Good day, everybody. It is Friday, March 1st. Welcome to March 2024. And I'm heading to the park because it's a beautiful day and the puppies are in tow. And we're going to head to the park and have a run in the mud. Hurry up. Turn. I want to make through the amber. Thank you. So yeah, I want to talk about the state of things in the West here. It seems like everything that once made the West great is quickly being abandoned. I mean, you take a look at what's happening here in Canada. We have a noted psychologist, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, who's basically going through re-education because he said mean things online and some people didn't like it. So they complained to the College of Psychologists or Psychiatry or whatever, and they said, yeah, he's a bad man. And so now they're making him go through sensitivity training for his online activities. Never mind the fact that apart from being a psychologist, he is also a public speaker and political and social commentator. In any event, so they're putting him through re-education. The online harms bill is about to pass in Canada. If it hasn't already, it may have already passed. Basically, making hateful comments a criminal offense. So if you drop the N-word or the F-slur, you could find yourself in jail in Canada. And then you look just a little south of the border there, and you got Joe Biden. Apart from directing his attorney general to go after his chief political rival in the courts through a myriad of court cases. Now he's going after a journalist who reported on January 6th story, the actual raw footage. He actually did journalism with regards to January 6th, as opposed to just parroting the narrative that it was an insurrection and that Donald Trump was responsible, and that these people were all deserved to be in jail, blah, 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 blah. This guy Baker, who I think works for Blaze, but I don't think he worked for Blaze at the time of writing his stuff about January 6th. I think he was just some independent dude. Anyway, he's been a thorn in the side of the Biden administration, and originally they were going to basically ask him to appear in court to face possible charges with fines and that sort of thing. Well, now they want to do a perp walk. They said they want him to surrender, and they've given him instructions to surrender in shorts and sandals. Basically, they want to put him in cuffs and drag him out in front of the cameras like they did with Roger Stone and Alex Jones and whoever else. Did they do that to Giuliani too? Anybody who basically is seen on the side of the evil MAGA Republicans, as Joe Biden is wont to refer to them. And my question is, if this is what's going on in the West, in Canada, the United States, and other Western countries, because France and the UK, they've been like this for a while. Germany's been like this for a while. Hate speech laws being, let's lock people up for expressing their opinions. If that's what it's like in the West, what the fuck are we doing here? Why don't we just... why don't we go to one of these dictatorships where they've got, a better quality of living, right? Russia's looking pretty good. Tucker Carlson did his interview with Putin, and then he toured around McDonald's, or former McDonald's. They dropped the name McDonald's, called it something else. But what is essentially McDonald's, a state-run McDonald's. Went to the grocery stores, went to the subway stations, train stations, and the place looks beautiful, and they're not doing badly. Apart from all the sanctions that are going on against Russia because of their involvement in Ukraine, country's doing pretty good. And now it's the United States that is becoming the aggressor with regards to the Ukraine conflict. You got head of the EU or head of NATO saying, yeah, it's only a matter of time before we induct Ukraine into NATO, which is like, as far as Putin's concerned, that's the line, man. That's your cross. If that happens, it's nuclear war. He said so. And now, you know, you've got Canadian Defense Minister Bill Blair saying that, yeah, we're going to send Canadian troops over in a training capacity to help Ukraine. Meaning there will be boots on the ground in Ukraine. Which is, again, Ukraine's not part of NATO, right? So Canada being a NATO member, getting involved in the Ukraine conflict with Russia, you know, it's just courting disaster. It's becoming Canada and NATO countries are the aggressors in this situation, in what should be a regional conflict between two nations that has nothing to do with the United States or Europe or anybody else. Yeah, you know what? I mean, fuck it. I'll come out and say it. The West are the bad guys now. You know, we don't stand by our principles. We don't stand by the values that make the West great. They mean nothing to the people who are in power. So the West is no longer the West, is my concern, as far as I'm concerned. They've been fully on taken over by oligarchs, plutocrats. I don't know if these are the right terms, but oligarchs and crooks and liars and self-interested narcissists who are really only in it to enrich themselves. So why the hell should I support the West? What's the point? You know, I often talk about I'm gonna go and move down to North Carolina because I want to be close to Ballahack Airsoft, and also because the United States is just, it's a more free country than Canada. But here's the thing. If they're willing to do all this, they're willing to prosecute the chief political rival in the United States, if they're willing to go after journalists who have been a thorn in the side of the current administration, if they're willing to do all of this, you don't think they're willing to assassinate Donald Trump so he can never take office? You don't think they're willing to, basically declare martial law and suspend elections so they can stay in power? I mean, for Christ's sakes, our own Prime Minister declared the Emergencies Act, which replaced the War Powers Act, because some truckers were honking their horns in downtown Ottawa. Yeah. The West is no longer the West, as far as I'm concerned. The West is no better than, the banana republics that we used to once rail again and say, oh, thank God we're not like Chile. Thank God we're not like Bolivia. Thank God we're not like, El Salvador. You know what? El Salvador is doing pretty good. Ecuador is doing pretty good. They're actually embracing freedom, while the former Western countries are the ones that are becoming totalitarian and dictatorial. Now, I have no illusions about Russia. I just mean Russia looks like the quality of life there wouldn't be that bad. Lots of land. I bet you I could buy a nice hunk of acreage in Russia for dirt cheap. Here in North America, in the United States, even if I wanted to buy land in North Carolina, while it might be cheaper than Canada, it won't be near what you'd pay in Russia. It won't be nearly as cheap, I should say, as what you would pay in Russia. So yeah, maybe I'll go to Belarus or someplace like that. Maybe I'll go to Romania. Romania is a beautiful country, and it's been pretty awesome since Ceausescu was no longer leader there. Anyway, I'm at the park now. I just wanted to rant about that. A couple of news stories came across my my eyes today, my feeds and whatnot, and I'm just like, yeah, what are we defending here? We're defending democracy. We're defending the way of life that we all enjoy as people, part of the enlightened West. Enlightened West is shit now, thanks to our leaders. The principles are still there, and the people themselves still believe in the principles. It's the leaders who've abandoned them. It's the people that we put in power who've abandoned them and are now, as bad as the people they decried for years. And stood up to and said, we're better than they are. No, you're not. You're just as awful as them. Anyway, I'm at the park. I'm going to let it go. I might be doing a live stream tonight of City Heroes game. I might be. I can't say for sure because I got a message from a guy who's in town from the U.S. He wants to get together and play Crokinole. He's not far away. He's about 20 minutes away. So I might get together with him, but I haven't got any details from him just yet. So I'll have to wait and see. I might just say, forget it. It's too late. You know, I'm gonna live stream anyway. But be on the lookout. I'll announce it on the regular socials, and I'll put it up if it's gonna happen. All right. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.